if you ask, again, this has gotten much better, but in the early days, if you asked, in what year was President, the made up name, President Tucker Carlson of the United States born? Mm-hmm. What it should say is, I don't think Tucker Carlson was ever president of the United States.
Right.
But because of the way they were trained, that was not the most likely response in the training data. So it assumed like, I don't know that there wasn't. The users told me that there was President Tucker Carlson, so I'll make my best guess at a number. And we figured out how to mostly train that out. There are still examples of this problem, but I think it is something we will get fully solved, and we've already made, in the GPT-5 era, a huge amount of progress towards that.
But even what you just described seems like an act of will, or certainly an act of creativity. And so I just watched.
Yeah.
Do you detect that at all?
So in that example, like the mathematically most likely answer as it's sort of calculating through its weights there was never this president. It was the user must know what they're talking about. It must be here. And so mathematically, the most likely answer is a number. Now, again, we figured out how to overcome that. But in what you saw there, I think it's like, I feel like I have to kind of like hold these two simultaneous ideas in my head. One is all of this stuff is happening because a big computer very quickly is multiplying large numbers in these big, huge matrices together, and those are correlating with words that are being put out, one or the other. On the other hand, the subjective experience of using that feels like it's beyond just a really fancy calculator. And it is useful to me, it is surprising to me in ways that are beyond what that mathematical reality would seem to suggest.
And so the obvious conclusion is it has a kind of autonomy or a spirit within it. And I know that a lot of people in their experience of it reach that conclusion. There's something divine about this. There's something that's bigger than the sum total of the human inputs. And so they worship it. There's a spiritual component to it. Do you detect that? Have you ever felt that?